Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite up to the stage the chairman of our board of trustees, Owen Smith, who has rendered extraordinary service to this school. Owen, please come up. And I would also like to invite our dean, Dr. Mackubin Owens. Mac Owens is our relatively recent arrival, and we're delighted to have him on the faculty. And then I would like to invite up the vice chairman of our board, John Lovewell. It's with great pleasure that I have the opportunity today to honor John Lovewell, our vice chairman. John has been one of the most active members of the Board of Trustees for the last 10 years. He's a man of enormous professional achievements, a fellow graduate of the University of California at Berkeley, and and a veteran of the U.S. Navy. John has become one of the most successful real estate developers in Silicon Valley and the greater San Francisco Bay Area. Having worked in banking and finance, he started work with the Mozart Development Company, helping it to become one of the most successful development companies in the Bay Area. He subsequently founded the Lovewell Company, which invests in and develops real estate properties in office, research and development, and retail projects in Silicon Valley. He has also worked with his colleague Charles Keenan in the Keenan-Lovewell Ventures in a variety of similar projects. John's tenants have included Lockheed Martin, Xerox, Hewlett-Packard, Nokia, AOL, Netscape, and many others. His current main tenant on an office complex that he developed on a whole campus, it's 7 large office buildings, is Google. John has rendered extraordinary service to the cause of IWP. He has given us his professional business counsel. He's helped us with searches for senior executive personnel. He runs our weekly executive committee teleconferences. He has pioneered our regional chancellor's council concept, having established the first of these in Silicon Valley. This council brings together several of our most enthusiastic supporters for luncheon meetings where members hear presentations about world affairs and about the Institute and our role in providing essential education for the national security community. John and his wife Cynthia have been among our most generous supporters in every imaginable way. John has become one of the Institute's most articulate, passionate, and persuasive representatives. It's impossible to catalog all that he has done for our cause. He does this because of his profound love for America, for Western civilization, for the cause of freedom, and for an institution that he has found that shares his dedication to the defense of these precious things. Normally we do this at commencement time, but this is such a special event, we decided rather than getting up in all our academic robes, at least we'd get our hoods on. So for John's extraordinary service, we will now confer upon him the Doctorate of Laws, Honoris Causa. John.
Now I get to tell the truth. John, Dr. Lenczowski, Dean Owens, and Chairman Smith, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored by this degree. It means more to me than any degree for which I had to sit in a classroom, crack a book, or take a final exam. In my 10 years as a trustee, I have come to realize how unique and precious is the education offered by the Institute. It is simply far and away the finest graduate school of diplomacy and integrated statecraft in the nation. It's not even close. I believe it is vitally important for all of us to understand this, to understand why it is, and what the implications are for our nation's security and sound leadership in a dangerous world. IWP students learn how decent civilization and freedom can be defended while reducing the potential for kinetic warfare. They learn about military power and diplomacy, but they also learn how to recognize and discredit evil, to engage in the war of ideas, and to win hearts and minds. Through the use of integrated strategy, they learn that some wars can be won without killing people. The development of a grand strategy using the complete array of statecraft instruments led to the defeat of the Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War without firing a shot. IWP students study how this happened, and they are taught not by career political science professors or ivory tower academics, but by the finest scholar practitioners in the world. Taken together, our professors possess very unique and precious knowledge that you simply cannot find elsewhere. They constitute our school's greatest, most valuable asset. Add to this an emphasis on American history and principles, Western Judeo-Christian moral philosophy, leadership character formation, and sense of mission, and you have, in my opinion, not just the finest graduate school of diplomacy and statecraft in the world, but the only school which comprehensively addresses the values and intellectual foundation which should comprise American leadership. Believe it or not, it's true. Much of this is ignored or missing in the curriculum and mission statements of our most prominent and larger foreign policy graduate schools. So where will most of the next generation of leaders and statesmen be educated? How can our country educate enough principled, highly competent, informed statesmen to meet the challenges we see in the headlines? The trustees, professors, students, and alumni understand how unique and important to the nation the Institute is. So do those in government who have witnessed the principled leadership of Institute graduates. All of us at IWP are committed to expanding the Institute and ensuring its future to meet the urgent need for its graduates. The Institute has transitioned from an entrepreneurial startup to a fully accredited, widely revered graduate school with a world-class faculty and a world-class visionary founding father. Now we intend to secure our future by acquiring and renovating our existing campus. This move will allow the Institute to reduce operating costs over time, focus on expanding the student body, and begin to develop new courses of study such as a PhD program. So tonight, it is my privilege to announce the Silver Anniversary Campaign, a $10,250,000 campaign to establish a firm foundation for the expansion of the Institute's student body and curriculum. I am pleased to report that through donations from trustees and some generous supporters, many of whom are here with us tonight, we have already secured $4.5 million in cash and pledges. And this would be toward our $10,250,000 goal. Our plan is to raise the balance of $5,750,000 over the next 10 months by July 30th, 2016. At this crucial time in IWP's history, we hope that you will participate in this vital campaign and cause. There is additional information about IWP's Silver Anniversary campaign in the programs on your tables. You know, I've always liked the expression magnificent obsession. Magnificent obsession. The term implies a goal or a calling which inspires one to utmost effort in order to achieve the possibility of utmost reward. A magnificent obsession can be a career objective, an intense desire for some kind of personal achievement, or perhaps a desire to contribute something important to civilization. Those of us who are committed to the institute